tonight. So I'm going to make sure they share it. There we are, guys. So
we're live on Facebook too. I'm just making sure I've shared this on my wall. I got some guests.
All right. Before we start the show, you guys shared? Are you guys shared? You're on? We are live. Hello. Welcome to You Asked For It with Levi Cox, your host. And I got some special guests. Oh! We're not actually in the studio together. I don't need this. Okay. That feels better. I got my special guests, Tegan Reamsbottom and Jacinda Larson, and they're tuning in from their cities. And we don't know. We still might get an invite from Austin to join the show mid-show. So just saying, it might be a full 1814 reunion. So I gotta have you guys introduce yourselves and say hi.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm Jacinda. I live in Calgary, and I'm one of Levi's oldest friends.
Your turn, T.
Okay. Well, I'm Tegan. Last time I came, I did the show. I'm in Toronto, and this is exciting for me because, my last day in an office goes to the 12th of March, so I have not actually talked to a person or a friend. Like, I haven't really done FaceTime, so it's very exciting. I'm seeing people, and everybody else is getting to see my friends.
Aww. Okay, well, hang on. Let's have a cheers, guys. Cheers! Oh, we're going to talk about that mug, Jacinda.
My mom.
Nice.
My mom in Lethbridge makes these cups. I will link her group.
Yeah, put it in the comments. Your mom made that?
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Like glitter.
And it looks like your tattoo.
Yeah.
All right. Where did you get that tattoo?
When we were in Toronto.
I got my tattoo too. Tegan?
I have my band.
Yes! We all got those tattoos, and Austin got one as well. Austin was out doing his grocery shopping, which is only a once-a-week duty for him, so he didn't get on the show tonight. We'll see. Maybe some magic will happen. So, hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I got to be honest. I really miss my friends here. I miss everybody. I love doing the show through this quarantine to stay in contact with you and hopefully bring some levity to this heavy life. But it's hard because when I'm looking at you in the camera, I can't see my friends up on the monitor. So if my eyes are drifting off camera today, it's because I just want to see my beautiful friends Tegan and Jacinda, okay? So it's a bad habit, but it's more like I'm talking to them, but I'm still talking to you. So let's get this show on the road. Jacinda, Tegan, and I have been friends for, again, a very old friendship. And you're not the oldest friend I have, Jacinda.
Yeah, no, not the oldest friend, but we're old friends.
Right. It looks like we have a lot of people tuning in, and I think that is great. I know there is echoes, especially on Tegan's mic. We are having an issue with that. I'm just having a comment on it. So, sorry about that. So, we've kept in contact through the whole coronavirus lockdown through a text messaging group. Can you guys tell our listeners what that group is and who's in it?
Tegan, you tell.
Okay, hopefully the echo's better. I just put AirPods in, so hopefully that helps.
It did.
Wait, now I can't hear Levi.
It helped.
Okay, the joys of technology. Jacinda, what was our group chat even called initially? Conversations in a Cafe. We've had this thing going for years now. It's usually like a Janet Jackson themed name, and right now it's something to do with boxed wine. I'm trying to look at the name.
Chateau de Cardboard.
It's very elegant. I love that.
Okay, so I hope everyone at home is enjoying. I hope you're relaxed and you have a drink in hands. I'm just going to get myself a drink here. Oh, shit. I haven't been to the liquor store in a bit, so... Okay, I just finished that drink off. I'm going to have to grab another quick drink. I'm totally joking. I don't drink on air. And yes, our group is Chateau de Cardboard. Like a lot of you, I'm sure you've just gone to buying the box of wine rather than the bottle, because taking those empties was getting embarrassing. Yeah. Jacinda, I said to you earlier that I actually had to switch my alcohol of choice. I was drinking white wine, but it was giving me heartburn, so I had to switch alcohols. And you said you had a story about that.
Yeah, like I have been drinking White Claws off the hook. So now I'm switching to mixed drinks with vodka and seltzer because the empties are taking over the garage.
I was wondering if bottle depots were open during this time because they're probably not an essential service. So people's bottles are stacking up. It's like a savings through the COVID-19 crisis. Tegan, I know you and I like to joke.
I haven't had heartburn, but okay. I've been drinking a little more, and you actually made the comment. I think this is hilarious. I'm putting on the COVID-19. Like, in the wine, and my pants are a little tight. Like, I've put on a couple pounds. I need a good diet when all of this is done.
We joke about this. I don't know if we're going to need Jenny Craig or... Jenny Craig or Alcoholics Anonymous when this is over. Who else out there is going to need either Jenny Craig or Alcoholics Anonymous when this is... I don't know who I'll visit first.
Both.
Both. So we joke about not trying to gain the COVID-19, and I heard a stat today, guys, that junk food sales have risen by 35% in grocery stores. I believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's funny because when I do my grocery shopping, I'm so used to having company over all the time. And I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna get like candy and chips, and they get all this junk food for like when people come over. Nobody's coming over. It's always in my head and I buy it, and it's gone within 48 hours after I get home from the grocery store.
I know. I do the same thing. If people are coming over, I want to like act like I eat these things. So you have them, and then it's like you have them and you serve them. But yeah, now you buy them and you're like, no one's coming over. I want to give a couple shout-outs to some people who... Northside Greens Bottle Depot is open. Because they have food there, they'd be an essential service, so that bottle depot would be open. I do want to say, wait until you're Claire Jack says, Tegan, wait till you're 40, and then that heartburn will start.
Fingers crossed, no. But you never know.
And Kelly, last week was your birthday on air, and you're saying that every day at 4 p.m. is cocktail hour in your pajamas. I know, wasn't it fun when we used to get dressed up, put our makeup onto our face, and go to a pub or a bar and have a drink? Now we're just like, well, this shirt from yesterday and my cocktail.
Pretty much.
But seriously, I had to come up with strategies, and I see Jenny Armstrong is watching. Hi, Jenny. I've had to come up with a strategy to not drink too much alcohol because, you can only have so many hangovers. So I do Perrier water with ice in a large cup with a metal straw, and I put a little bit of Crystal Light in it, and it kind of tastes like a White Claw, but it's not a White Claw. And I'm still buzzed.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and then I'm still buzzed from the day before, so it still kind of has the effect. No, I've been trying to do my best. The good thing no one's drinking and driving because they can't go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Tegan and Jacinda, you are both still currently working. I'm working on my business but not doing hair, and it's killing me. I actually did my own roots yesterday, and I did my hair, gave it a blowout, and it felt so amazing. I cannot wait to start doing hair again. And I just another shout out to all the listeners. When this is all over, I'm taking new clients. I want new clients, new experiences, new people to talk to. I just want to get my hands in your hair and get creative. So just another shout out. When Catwalk Salon Spa is open, all of us, new clients, we are ready and we're going to take care of you. And I just want to know that. And Jacinda, we're lucky we did your hair right before this. It's still looking great. Just grow it into an ombre. That was our tip last week. Grow it into an ombre. And Tegan, I actually taught Tegan how to do a haircut through text.
Yeah, I cut my own hair twice. It's not perfect. I kind of screwed up the back. I had the hairline the first time in the back I screwed up, and then I didn't quite shave it all the way up. But I trimmed the top too, and it's not horrible. But I've done it twice now, and I can't wait to get it done professionally.
Well, because you have this really fabulous Russian hairdresser. Is she Russian?
No, she's Iranian.
Tell us about her.
Fabulous, I love her. Valor, she's on Scholar Street in Yorkville. So when I lived in Yorkville, she was right across the street from me, and she's just larger than life and so much love when you go into her salon. And she's fabulous. She always does a great job. Going in to get your hair done there is an experience.
And you said you even pay a little bit more for that experience. Oh, sorry. You pay a little more just for that great experience with your hairstylist.
Yeah, I go there and you get lunch and you have an espresso or some champagne, and it's so much fun. It's a treat. You get a neck massage. It's wonderful.
Everyone, I just can't wait till we can start treating you again. I'm going to just say hi, Jody King, Cherry Mio, as well as a wine substitute. Thank you, Claire. I actually love the Mio waters. So your mom is saying to try some, to relax on the red wine, have a little bit of Mio, red cherry.
I hope she's taking her own tip.
Maybe her own tipsy. Okay, so Tegan, you live in Toronto and you've been working. Tell us a little bit of. Actually, will you share that thing that happens in Toronto? Everyone would love to hear that story. Every night at 7:30.
So I've been sharing videos on social every night at 7:30 p.m. I guess that's when they do the shift change for frontline healthcare staff. So everybody goes out on their balconies, and it's really sweet because you've seen people come out before 7:30 now. It's usually seniors who are waiting there. They've got a pot or a pan, like a wooden spoon, and they're just banging that thing to make noise. And everybody goes out and claps. And it's really the first few nights made me very emotional. It was just nice to know that you weren't alone and everybody's going through this, and just to celebrate our healthcare staff. But what's interesting, I was telling Levi before, is I see a lot of mostly seniors on their balconies, and I can see through the windows, and a lot of millennials are just sitting on their ass watching TV or cooking dinner and do not come outside and clap. And it's shocking to me, and it actually breaks my heart a little bit.
Oh, that's an interesting observation. I think that's such a cool thing to do. So you are in your apartments, but you're on the balcony kind of experiencing something together, making noise, and to celebrate those frontline workers. I love that. Tegan said I should start that in Lethbridge with a foghorn off the catwalk balcony. And then I was like, I don't have neighbors. Who's going to start clapping? But I guess we can do it virtually, everybody. I don't know when our shift workers actually change, but I love that story, Tegan.
It's funny because there's somebody who kind of started the trend here, and he just goes outside and blows a big horn, and that's kind of how everybody knew to go outside and start banging pots and clapping, and it was really cute. I feel like you should do something similar in Lethbridge. And my favorite though is I don't see people, and I've almost made these friends with these cute old ladies that are in the building across the way, because I wave at them every day. And I can see them smile. They go outside with their pot and they're banging it, and it's just a really sweet moment.
That's a really cute idea. So, listeners, do you think that I should start downtown at Catwalk with a foghorn and see if we get some virtual clapping going on for our hospital staff? I think that's really cute. I don't know. We just don't have enough apartments down here in Lethbridge to get that going. But
a lot of places are even in residential areas. Everybody goes outside at, I think in BC it's at 7 o'clock, and then other places at 7, like New York I know is 7 o'clock. But even in residential areas, people are going outside, and even though there aren't a ton of people around, it's just a way, showing solidarity, and it's really nice. I would say anybody, Jacinda, you're in Calgary, I would say everybody go outside at 7:30, start clapping, make some noise, and other people will join in.
Okay, just to catch our listeners who are just tuning in, and hi Jesse Victoria, I love seeing all you watching this show, and I hope you feel a little less lonely right now. I'm going to just say again, Tegan is talking to us from Toronto, and Jacinda is talking to us from Calgary. So Jacinda, are people doing this phenomenon in Calgary? Have you heard about this?
Well, I live in the suburbs now. So Not on my street.
Okay.
But I do, like, our neighborhood is a lot of older people. So I'm wondering if they just, like, don't know. But also, like, I live in the suburbs.
Right, okay. So Jacinda, I kind of skipped over you right now, Tegan, sorry. But Jacinda, are you a doctor?
Well, I have a PhD in medical science. So I work in medical research. But we are working from home. But I would love to be in the hospital seeing my patient.
So talk to us a little bit about like what you do at the hospital and what you're missing and how you're working from home. Just give us your story.
Yeah, so I work in medical research. So I mainly work with clinical trials. And currently, all clinical research has been suspended.
Okay.
So we're doing a lot of like administrative stuff from home and like getting caught up on like, paperwork and stuff like that. But we can't really see patients.
So what do you do for work from home? Just because I'm really not familiar with that concept.
I have a lot of meetings. We're doing like work with the data that we have, following up with patients that are like due for their follow-up appointments. Working on like organizing the structure of data collection, stuff like that. Like it's a lot of technical stuff.
I was getting some of the times of when the other people are switching their shifts from Claire, 3 p.m., 11 p.m., 7 a.m. for 8-hour employees, 7 till 7 a.m. for 12-hour employees. So thank you for that information. Hi, Brandon Sant. Hi, everyone. Oh, there's so many. Okay, Levi should turn off the mic when others talk. Is that a thing? I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to ignore that. Hi, Jamie. Oh, I love you all. Happy hour for Kelly. Sorry, okay. So, Tegan and Jacinda, Tegan, you're still working, but are you working from home?
Yeah, I'm fully working from home as of March 12th. I had to, send a memo to all of my staff. Or my team members telling them to stay from home, which has been interesting. Our office wasn't really set up to work from remote locations. Yeah, we were, but not in we were still building the infrastructure. So it's been a learning curve for everybody. And what's really interesting, so I've gone back to the nonprofit sector and I work for Parkinson Canada right now. And the thing that's a big worry for us is, a lot of people are struggling with, their mental health as they're stuck inside and they're isolated from people. And, folks who are living with Parkinson's struggle with depression at higher rates because I'm not a doctor, but the way that their brain processes dopamine, there's no dopamine receptors. Like they just are not working. They're not taking dopamine. So it's very difficult to treat depression. So that's one of the things we're really worried about right now is, any nonprofit, it's like access to your medication and all of those things, but mental health is what keeps me up at night right now. And even I'm only in marketing, but it's still, you see the stories of people and it's, you worry.
My father has Parkinson's disease and it's something that does scare me because it is genetic and does get passed down by males typically. But I did a DNA test. I didn't carry the gene, which is really exciting. But I do see those traits that my dad has a little bit, and so it is a scary thing. I'm so happy you're doing that work with Parkinson's. And you're right, mental health is the key word through all this. And I want to remind everyone to kind of try to change your verbiage with social distancing versus physical distancing. Because like right now, we are not socially distancing. I get to be with two of my best friends right now, but I think Jacinda's is paused. If you see her Wi-Fi cut out or something, it looks like she's taking one really long drink of that drink. Can you see that, Tegan? Jacinda, you paused.
She's working for me, but not for you. So I hope she's taking a long drink.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, your screen did pause, Jacinda. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
And it paused with your mouth open and you taking a drink.
Classy.
Oh my
Levi,
god.
I think you have to turn off your mic when you talk.
That's what someone said on there, but I don't know how to because I got like so many mics because we're actually not just doing this live feed. We're actually on Jess FM radio. So we're doing radio, Jess TV, and YouTube. So it's a lot. I know.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Hi, Sally. I miss you so much. Sorry, I just had to say that. Tegan and Jacinda, your friends are probably all like commenting if you look at the feed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how to turn off all these mics. Who's that cat?
I think it's just my mom that's commenting.
No, it's one of our techs from the radio station. So this is our first try doing a group chat. I want to do more of these. Again, I want to have Austin on the show. I want to have some of the stylists from Catwalk to give tips. I want to have more of these virtual. Jacinda's back. Oh, look it. I can open your mouth, Jacinda.
Okay, I need to that clip of Jacinda taking the drink is that needs to be like a profile photo on social media. That was great.
So I've just discovered my hand can go over top of you guys. So I'm patting you on the head, Jacinda. Oh, hang on. Good job. Okay, Tegan, I gotta say good job to you too. Oh my God, that's so stupid. Sorry, guys, I got distracted. This is a new technology for me. How's everyone else doing? How's everyone's mental health? What are they doing? What are you doing to keep sane? I see Jorgen just joined the show, and Jorgen, he actually has not run away, but gone and isolated in his parents' farmhouse in a farm just to be away from all this craziness. And I wonder how people are doing with the isolation. I'll give you my number. Let's each give people your things that have helped you through this. Okay, guys? I'll do my first 3 things. So to help me through this time has definitely been my pets. Definitely my friends through social media, and I just started going on YouTube and watching meditations at night. So I do a meditation every night, and I send back all that love to you guys, to all my friends, and it's super weird. I'll think about you before I go to bed in these meditations, and it's like you reach out. It's been really cool. So just YouTube sleep meditations if you're having a hard time sleeping, and that's been helpful for me. And then Jacinda, tell us what 3 things have helped your mental health.
I've been doing a lot of healthy cooking while trying to be healthy.
I saw those cinnamon buns.
So trying to do lots of cooking, and then also we're going on walks.
Okay.
So going on those walks daily will help as well. We went on one today. It was good.
Do you take all your dogs?
Yeah. We take all 3 dogs. And I think the other thing is just keeping in touch with friends and checking in with people, making sure you're just communicating.
I was just thinking, after all this social distancing and this Corona 19 pounds that we're talking about gaining, maybe a cute Grindr profile name for me would be Cinnamon Buns. I'm totally not on Grindr, and I'm just teasing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But Jacinda, you actually were making bread, and you made a really funny comment. You said, I was like, I hope that turns out, and I can't remember what you said. But you were making bread, and you were eating bread. You were saying, oh my gosh, you were cracking me up with all your baking and cooking. I love it. Yeah. So I think our chat group that we talk on every day is a helpful thing for me as well, by the way.
Me too.
I'm going to get Tegan's top 3, but I'm going to see just some comments here. So Renee's had a couple meltdowns. Jordan did run away, he says. He ran away to the farmhouse. It's okay to have meltdowns. We've all had them. And by the way, Tegan, Janessa says your posts have definitely helped her feel less alone. You are very well spoken, and you do give a lot of hope to people. Keeping up with the small chores.
I'm going to cry hearing that. That's very kind.
Yeah, but honestly, you do a really good job at that. And that was from, Janessa Page. Oh, Paige. Is that Paige? We love you, Paige. I love that Madonna video you did. Okay. A list of small chores every day. It's extra hard for super sensitive people. It's very true. But yeah, so I make a chore for myself every day. Like one day I'm going to like just clean my kitchen. One day I'm going to mop my floors. One day I'm going to stay drunk from morning till night. You know, so I just set goals every day, and then like I just achieve them, and I like tick, tick, tick. No, honestly, it is important to set little projects for yourself. Even if it's just like, hey, today I'm going to go through the spices and throw away the bad ones, you know? Break down your recycling. So Tegan, give us your top 3 tips that you've worked on for your mental health.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think the first one I can say, and I know a lot of people, this is very tough, but we're all stuck inside and we're all really forced to be alone with ourselves, with our thoughts, and it's very easy to just find like a ton of things to shut that off. So whether that's I love some good cocktails, I love watching TV, but sometimes you really have to feel what's going on. And so I think that's very important, just acknowledging that you're uneasy, you're anxious, and this is a tough time. Because we're all feeling that, but I think the only way you'll be able to come out on the other side successfully is to acknowledge and process all of those feelings and spend some time getting to know yourself on a deeper level. I think that's like a huge thing. Also, you know, the simple get enough sleep. If you're like me and you're having trouble sleeping, I totally every couple nights I take a Gravol or 2 to help me, you know, feel really pressed. Because when you're not out and about and you're not busy, you don't use all the energy that your body normally uses in the day, so it's hard to get like a really good sleep where you actually like go into like the REM cycle and all of that. So good sleep, go outside and walk, try to eat well, and be kind to yourself. Those are the things I would say. And don't watch TV news. It's poison, and only let things into your consciousness that are happy. So right now I'm rewatching The Nanny, and I think everybody's straight out. It's on Amazon Prime. It is the best feel-good show, and we all need more of that right now. So those are my recommendations.
Oh, thanks, Tegan. I agree with everything you said, and I just gonna say I watched every season of The Nanny on Amazon Prime. She's a real style icon. She is a style icon. I want to also say, like, yes, it's good to like do these things, but sometimes we do need that extra help, and it's been really awesome because I've been in therapy because you all are pretty aware of recent traumas, which I know we're all in trauma now that have happened. So I've been in therapy, and my therapist still actually, we do it over the phone. And I work with the concussion clinic, and they actually meet with me over the phone once a week as well. And so I'm stuttering less, and I'm taking their advice, and it's been really helpful, actually. So your medical workers, your therapists, a lot of them are still doing visits online or through the phone. And I have this wonderful woman, Patricia, who sends me Reiki. Like, honestly, like, there's still things that we can do beyond ourselves, because I'm gonna just say something one of my best friends, Jenny, said. So Jenny, I'm not trying to out you here, but Jenny is an extrovert like the three of us. And Jenny told me sometimes in a day she can just feel like she's forgotten and alone. And I just related to that because I can have times where I'm really good, I'm happy, and I can cope. But then you do get those moments where you do feel like forgotten and alone, and it's really strange, you know? And so Tegan, acknowledging the fact that you just got to feel some of those feelings that are hard sometimes and just try to grow from it.
Yeah, you know, the weirdest thing is I'm used to, like, I'm an introverted extrovert, or maybe it's an extroverted introvert. I love my alone time. I really need that to recharge I'm good at putting on like sparkle, like the Tegan that you see at a party, but that battery life is short, and then I need time to recharge. But it's weird when you get none of that time to be around other people, and it's like, what do I do with that energy? And it's tough. And I agree with Jenny. That's definitely how it can manifest itself, and it definitely has for me.
Yeah. Any comment on that, Jacinda? Do you get those moments, those lows?
Sorry, I was just unmuting myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm so used to being on mute with my Zoom calls that I'm doing every day.
Okay. So
yeah, like I would agree with that. I think that I probably identify as like an introverted extrovert as well. And I definitely need that like alone time. But I miss going into work. Like I miss being in the hospital, seeing my patients, talking with their families, things like that. So
it's pretty interesting, like the people who come into your mind that you didn't really think about. Like, I think about the clerks at Toys R Us I miss, you know? Like, they've been ringing through my toys for 13 years and I miss them.
yeah,
You know, it's funny, the people that you don't
the
consider friends but you miss.
like I miss there's always this one cleaner at the hospital,
Yeah.
and every day I'm leaving, she's always like cleaning right outside of my office, and I miss seeing her.
You just miss her smile and her motions, her body language,
Yeah.
right? It's weird, like little things. I just want to go to a couple comments.
You know, like we can talk to people via text or we can do like video chats or whatever, and that's great and that kind of fills the void. But there's something about, you know, when you're in the same room with somebody, there's almost like an exchange of energy. And even if you get a hug or you don't, there's just something about being in the same room as somebody. And,
Eye contact.
You know,
Eye contact.
Months now since I've seen anybody in the same room, and I really miss that.
Yeah. I'm just going to comment on Kelly. Yeah, organizing like crazy. Nice to go out on your deck when the weather's nice, but it's been winter again. And yeah, like bubble baths, reading. I've been reading. I got zits from reading because I wear eyeglasses now. You know, so there's things to do. Oh, hi Roxanne. Hi Devin. I haven't seen you for ages. Janessa, after this, I'm definitely going to get my passport and travel. Tegan, I'm going to come see you. Actually, that's coming up in our next topic we're going to really talk about. My mom's been isolating for years, so there's not much difference. That is not true. You see so many people at Catwalk on a regular basis. Me too. Now that they're telling me to stay home, I have to listen to them. Yeah, you have to stay home. It's hard, Anastasia. I saw Nikki chimed in, and I was kind of like asking people last week, me and Spencer, to not shave their heads at home because we need hair to do when this is over. So, and I have to say, some of my friends have shaved their heads, Jay Whitehead and Eric Mickelson and Nikki Brogdon, and I gotta say, you all actually look really great. I had a moment where I thought I might shave off my hair, and I'm like, stop, Levi, because I had all these gray roots in, and I was like, what would I look like with my gray hair? But anyway, I want to say, Nikki, you look absolutely stunning with that shaved head. But we also did talk about how does it grow out, what do you do? So, did you two watch that video that we reacted to on the show last time with the girl cutting her hair with a knife? Did you watch that?
I watched it.
Did you see it, Tegan? I'm going to send you that link.
And I'm horrified just hearing about it.
Oh, is she sawing through the noise of it is like it freaks you right out. You're like, she's gonna cut off her head or her shoulder, and this video is just so traumatic. So, but I absolutely love it. So, okay, so we're gonna go on to. Oh my gosh, hi Shane. We haven't seen you forever. I love you, Shane. Okay, I want to talk to you two about what you think life is going to be like after COVID-19. And I think our guests will really enjoy this because I had some discussions today with my mom, and I had we discussed it a little bit before the show. But what do you think life will look like after COVID-19? And one of my biggest things, and I've talked about it on the show, well, forever, is the fact I find that we actually, the millennials and younger people and older people, we become less social. We're not going to the pubs, the concerts, the live music, the movies. They're watching Netflix and chilling. And I feel like people have already pulled back. Have you ever like flirted with someone online, you two? And when it comes down to that date, you make that time for a date, and then they're like, oh, I can't. And you're like, but I set aside that time for us to go on that date or meet up or go for coffee or walk. And I feel like there was already a lot, right? And this was already something that happened before COVID-19, and I'm scared people are going to repel even more. So I just really hope after this people are eager, like the one comment said, is to get their passport and get traveling. Because, I mean, now that we can't spend money, if you have it or if you don't, but you can't even choose to go to Disneyland or go to the Eiffel Tower. So we're actually, money is seeming a little less useful right now. Connections with people is more helpful, like our friends. So what are your thoughts on how people are going to adapt to when we can get out of the house?
I think that if you look at China,
Okay.
as an example, they are going nuts. Like, like I saw some photos of the first day like a Chinese national park was open, and there was like 40,000 people there at like 7:45 a.m.
Wow.
So I think people are going to not pull back. I think people are going to be out. They're going to want to go to restaurants. They're going to want to go to salons. They're going to want to travel. They're
Go to the movies.
It's going to be busy. Yeah, go to the movies. I think people are going to react the opposite, and they're going to just want to be out.
Okay. I hope so. That's what I'm hoping, everybody. Tegan, what are your thoughts? Like socially, economy, like what are your thoughts?
I mean, I hope so. What makes me really nervous is, I don't pretend at this point that I know anything because, Donald Trump is president. There have been so many shootings in the United States in schools that they don't even all get reported on anymore. We've been stuck in our homes for a month. And what really makes me nervous is when you look at history, Spanish flu of 1918 was really what led to leaders like Stalin and Hitler. And that scares me because you start to blame people. And, as much as I dislike the far right, there's a far left as well. And there's these polar opposites. And when they all start pointing fingers at each other, that's when scary things happen. We all need to work together and find our common ground. And so I really hope that we get out of our own heads and we can all come together again, like that story Jacinda was sharing. I really hope that, we spend the time while we're in isolation doing that real self-searching and answering those difficult questions for ourselves, because if we don't, we haven't learned the lesson yet, and there's even further to fall. That's not to be doom and gloom, but that's, everybody has to do their part.
So Tegan and Jacinda, Austin has just joined the messaging, and he says he came home to 50 passive-aggressive messages to join our show. I don't know if it's too late for him, too. Can Austin join? No. He can or can't? Austin, I don't think he can join right now. I was going to see if we could pop him up here with us. Oh, okay, so... Okay, well, Austin's watching now, so Austin, we're going to give you a special shout-out. We did want to have Austin on the show tonight, but don't worry. We now know how to do this with more than one person, so we can have you join another show, okay? And Austin, you missed my sight gag. Join us for a small drink tonight on You Asked For It.
I've literally seen you do that before.
I have never done that in real life. Said
Usually
me.
the way you do it is you cut the end of the bag off and you squeegee all of the wine out into your mouth. And I love my family, but I'm not gonna lie, I did this at a Christmas one year.
You know what? Thanks, guys. Yes. We've been a fan of the box wine even before COVID. We go way back with that. Our chat group is Chateau de Cardboard, so that is what we call ourselves. Adult juice box. That's right. That's another name for it, Austin. The adult juice box. Okay, so Tegan, you just were explaining. It did sound a little heavy, but I understand what you're saying. I do find people online. I'm scared. People are so bored. I mean, all you have to do is go on Instagram or Facebook at any moment now, and everyone is live. Everyone's doing live videos. They're dancing. They're working out. They're cooking. So, but also people are judgmental. I mean, I've only had one friend who I've been like quarantining with, like Spencer, and we go to the grocery store once a week. And people we did the show last week, and people were like, "You should be social distancing," and I keep saying physical distancing. So there's a lot of these more people are active online, and I hope the keyboard warriors and the negativity they hurl less, because I've seen some ugly stuff online. So we got to remember to actually be supportive of everyone's mental health through this time, and you're just trying to express yourself. So I see people saying
This just came to me, and this is probably going to be a post in the next couple of days, but COVID-19 is very contagious. It's more contagious than the flu. But even more contagious than all of that is optimism, love, and hope. And when you put that out into the world, that's even more contagious than any coronavirus. So I think we all need to take that onto ourselves. Is you have the opportunity right now to play a part in the healing of the world, which is needed for a long time, and each of us will play a part in that. I mean, I do get lots of messages from the optimistic things I post and I share, and it does help people. And could you imagine if 100 other people did that? And then what exponentially how much that grows. And so it starts with each and every one of us. Anyone who is watching, optimism. More contagious than coronavirus. You heard it first.
Jacinda, your screen froze again. I'm sorry, but at least your mouth's not open having a drink. And she's coming back. Tegan, thank you so much for that. That is a great message. And it's one of the reasons why I pull myself together to come do the radio show every week, is because I do want to just kind of give some normalcy to you guys, but also feel it to myself and just have like a positive moment. And, and sometimes I do feel like so disconnected with everybody, and I feel like I'm forgotten and in a corner as well. And I know that people do look to each other for inspiration. So I do want to do a silly lip sync on my Instagram. I do want to, just try to send some positivity out there and not just have it all doom and gloom. So optimism is more contagious than the coronavirus. I love that. So everyone, don't fake it, but when you feel those nice moments that you want to share, just be silly, have fun, make someone smile.
And you know what? The more you do fake it, the more you feel it. And it sounds crazy, but it's so true. You can train yourself to think a certain way and to start clearing out some of those negative thought patterns that happen. And it's a daily practice. There's a million books. I can share with the book titles with everybody, but I'm telling you it's possible because I used to be a negative Nancy, and I've been through the ringer, and it does work.
So Tegan, I have a song I sing, and I sing it to my friends when they're all getting bitchy, and it sounds like this. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. And I'll just sing it right over their bitching. And every morning I get up and I don't think I feel hungover. I don't think I feel ugly. I don't think I feel fat. I just feel like, Levi, get up. Oh, shit, I'm going to say something. Get up and go do some awesome hair and be inspiring. Like, I just have a very positive self-talk in my head, and I've always had that. And so, but I literally tell myself how my day's going to go the moment I get up. So you got it, like you said, it's not fake it till make it, but just your brain doesn't know any other reality other than what you're telling it or what you're thinking. So you're beautiful, you're awesome, and you're okay.
Eventually, your brain will catch up with the words.
This is true.
Just like when we're melting away that Corona-19. We'd be like, I look good, I feel good, I like walking and running. I like eating salad. What's your favorite snack through COVID-19? I'm going to tell you mine, and it is tortilla chips and melted shredded cheese. I make small plates multiple times a day, so it's portion controlled.
Oh yeah, portion control.
What's been your favorite snack through this?
I was buying hummus.
Okay.
To have with vegetables, but I'm currently now making my own hummus. So hummus and veggies.
I never actually have made hummus, but I know Austin's old boss used to make really good hummus. She would make this like hummus, and I'd buy hummus, and he was like, "This isn't as good as hers." Tegan, what have you been snacking on? What's your favorite snack?
Oh my gosh, I think my weakness has been I love to cook. I hate cooking for one person, so I like to go over the top when I cook things. Yeah. And so I've ordered in a little bit too much, and I'm also I've made homemade pizza a handful of times, like crust and like done all the toppings and whatnot. But I've just made like a lot of rich food for myself, and like the real go-to has been like almost once a day has been avocado sourdough, like a thick piece of bread with like olive oil, and then I did a full avocado on it, and feta and arugula drizzled with more olive oil and like lemon juice. It's delicious. Semi-healthy. It's vegan, but it's still like it's fattening.
Do you actually bake it or anything, or just raw like that?
No, I throw the bread in the oven. I do some olive oil over it and toast it that way on both sides, and then I put everything on top. And I'm telling you, the feta with avocado, and you can do actually a vegan feta that's amazing using tofu and coconut oil. I will still eat regular cheese. I grew up in Alberta, I love meat, but I would highly recommend if you really want to try something fun, make yourself some vegan feta, because it is actually better than real feta. It's just a little bit of work to make.
Okay. I just saw someone tune in. I want to say hi, Bess. We went to Beauty Culture together 22 years ago, and it's nice to see you. And Austin is singing "I'm in a Good Mood" because he's heard that song a few times. There's a Facebook group, Renee Dunn is saying, it's called Quarantine Karaoke Canada, and you can do karaoke with people. What have you been eating out there as your comfort food? And I'll list them off on air here. I want to hear what your guilty pleasure or go-to has been through quarantine. Austin says he's been eating Halo Top. I don't know what Halo Top is. What's Halo Top?
It's like ice cream, but it's not made with sugar. It has sweetener.
Okay.
It's like low carb.
So low carb ice cream?
Yeah.
So Tegan, remember how you said if you tell yourself something enough times, you'll believe it? I want everyone out there to know I've told myself for years I don't like ice cream, I don't like pizza, and I don't like pasta. And I've told myself that for so many years, my body believes it. And now I don't eat my 3 favorite things.
Oh, that's kind of sad. It's funny, the artificial sweetener ice cream, that reminds me, it's kind of like, when I make a sangria, instead of adding some sugar to it, I add some packets of equal.
There you go. Okay, in case you didn't tune in last week, and I know you, Tegan and Jacinda, have heard my healthy recipe for a very satisfying salad and dressing you can make right at home. I'm just going to tell our guests who are listening now, we have a really healthy option for a vegan salad. We've all made one. We talked about it in our group chat, and the ingredients are really easy. So if you want a nice salad to satisfy you through this quarantine, here you go. Help you keep off the quarantine-19. You simply just take 3 to 4 olives. Okay, you got to put them like in a glass bowl or cup. And then the dressing is super simple. It's 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of dry vermouth, and a squeeze of lemon. And it's vegan, and it's a delicious salad that will keep you happy and going for at least a few hours. We've tried those, right?
And it's true. And one of my favorite salads is you make a salad, and then you throw it in the garbage and order McDonald's on Uber Eats.
Oh, man. Okay, we were only going to go for a half an hour, but this has been so much fun to visit with you guys. We've gone the whole hour tonight. Is that okay?
Of course.
I think the people at home are liking watching. Anastasia says cauliflower rice. It is really good. Mostly nachos for Joanne. Mini eggs. Oh my gosh, it's Easter. Becca, you are so right. So much soda. So Janessa has been having so much soda. So when you say soda, you sound American. Is Paige American?
She's American, yeah. Up here, we fancy a little pop.
Okay, so yeah, we like pop and soda. So what soda you eating? Hi Tina. Oh my God, I miss you. So I want to actually just talk a little bit about what's going on in my life. This is going to be a little bit, if you're on my social media, redundant, but I know I have a lot of radio listeners, and so you guys know my fridge broke down. So I was at Walmart, I got my weekly groceries, and plus I've been stockpiling frozen food and roasts and things to cook. And so my fridge stopped getting cold and all my food went bad. The salmon burgers became mush. I had to throw away all the food I had bought, which was more food that I usually keep in the house. And I had to go rebuy it, and I felt like the Walmart people were like, weren't you just here buying this yesterday? Like I felt shade. So I want to talk a little bit about the shade you guys feel when you do go to public places and you are physical distancing. And do you guys notice out there at home that people are kind of looking at you like, do you got corona?
Totally.
So what is your experiences with when you do go outside? Like on your dog walks, Jacinda, do other people say hi?
No, they don't. But I went to Walmart and I thought, oh, I'm gonna be so smart and I'm gonna go at 7:45 in the morning because they open at 8. And I got there and there was like 50 people in line in front of me. And of course, because everyone's so smart, the line's like wrapping around the parking lot.
Wow.
So I finally get in line, and then the lady in front of me was like, "Back up! You're coming too close." I was like, "Don't come near me." And I was like 2 cart lengths away from her. Like, it was insane. But yeah, so people are shady.
I like how people are wearing gloves in the grocery store.
And then touching their face.
Well, no. But instead of throwing them in the garbage, they're just throwing them in the parking lot. It's so rude. It's so rude.
I saw a man at Superstore on Saturday, and he had a mask on, not covering his nose, just his mouth, and then he had gloves on, and he was touching his face. Ugh.
Stop.
Like, you're missing the point.
Tegan, tell us about your experiences with people when you out in public. Like, do you feel like the people are less warm?
It's not. So usually, like, I love to go for a walk, and I'm like, I'm always like, small town boy. I say hi to everybody when I pass. Nobody says hi back anymore. And the craziest is, first off, I have to say buying groceries. One of the most shocking things from that Tiger King reunion was that everybody was like, I get noticed at Walmart. And here you two are like, oh, we're going to Walmart, love Walmart. There's no Walmart downtown. I haven't been to one, but I used to do a grocery order every other week, and they don't even accept. I can't even book a slot anymore, so I can't get groceries delivered from there. So I've been going to the Sobeys and a Loblaws by me, and both of them, the lineups are insane just to get in. And you get to the front, and then they give you a cart, and they sanitize it in front of you, and you like have to go a path to the grocery store. And what really drives me nuts is there's a lot of people that don't listen. They go like the wrong way down an aisle, or they like pass you. And usually these are the high risk folks who are like over 60, who I just want to like fake cough on them just to scare them a little bit.
Don't even play with that. You'll get arrested. So you noticed that.
I would never do that. But it drives me a little crazy because, I like to know when I'm in the grocery store, somebody's like, picking something out, I maintain my distance, I stay back, give them space. It's, a lot of really strange things. And people with gloves and the masks who, I saw a girl who had a big thing to do with her. She had like these fancy gloves on, she kept touching her face and her hair. And I was like, girlfriend, what's the point?
I gotta be honest. I started wearing these when I go out, and it's like I feel like I'm like, oh, you don't have a mask, because Catwalk has so many of these from like doing nails. It's like it's super judgy, but I put one on and I feel like I've got a mask. Like it's so weird. I admitted my own bad behavior and thoughts. Okay.
That when he doesn't want to be recognized in public, he throws one of those masks on. He'll go to
it's very Michael Jackson.
It is very Michael Jackson. He was ahead of his time. And also, I actually loved wearing these in Japan because I felt like it was like me and Austin would actually wear them as a fashion accessory and brought them home. So we have the good Japanese ones, too. Okay, I'm going to look at some more comments here. So much soda. Cool. Thanks. Let's do a house party after the show because you feel like you missed out. I know, Austin, we did miss out. When we wrap up the show, we'll do a private house party, the 4 of us. House Party is a great app, you guys, and you can do these kind of things with your friends. So I'm encouraging you to download the app, House Party, and no, I'm not sponsored, but when you get that invite for House Party, it says, we need to talk, which is one of my worst things you could say to anybody. Just say, let's go for sushi, let's go for pizza, let's go for a walk. Don't tell me we need to talk. So when you get the app invite, it says, we need to talk. The person did not write that. It's on the app, okay? But it's jarring. Oh, shit, we need to talk? Okay. My dad told me going running was going to give him corona. Oh, my dad told me that going running was going to give you corona. No, go for those runs. Just stay away from people. My mom feels very suspicious of people on the street. You'll get arrested. Works at a grocery store, 2.5 meter lineup outside the store, totally. Masks are a new status symbol. Oh, I've got a mask, do you? Actually, I have thousands of masks. I'm going to be really honest. Catwalk stockpiles them because we do nails. And I have gallons of 99% isopropyl alcohol, and I have liters of hand sanitizer. Like, we are stocked. So I was thinking if this shit
Hold
really
on, I
gets
wish
real.
you could ask my father mailed to me.
I'll mail you some. Because I will mail you masks because I actually think I'm going to donate a bunch to the hospital if it's necessary because I have tons of them. Literally. Like $1,000 worth. It was an accidental order. Your dad mailed you that? Oh my gosh.
I mailed Tegan some toilet paper.
You did?
There's no toilet paper out here. Like, you can't find it.
I still didn't understand that. I thought the coronavirus gave you trots. Your dad mailed you that?
He did, yeah. They mailed me a care package, and I have to tell you the craziest. So I have one of my friends. We were texting, and people drink too much. They aren't eating too healthy, and he may or may not have given himself a hemorrhoid. And he learned that something else that people have been stockpiling is Preparation H. People have been panic buying it. You can't get it on Amazon and in drugstores. For a laugh, the next time you're in the store, go walk, see if you can find something. You probably can't, because people are panic buying it, which is just insanity to me. I think it's kind of funny.
Okay, I gotta tell you, I also have a stockpile of Preparation H. I use it under my eyes to remove bags from under my eyes. I've used it for years.
It's an old drag queen trick.
It is. Well, it's a drag king trip, or I guess drag queen trick too. But the funny thing about this is, I found out from my sister-in-law, ex-sister-in-law, Shelly Juss, that it's actually, they use shark liver to make it. So it actually kills sharks to make Preparation H. So it actually kills sharks. So that's really sad. But I hated that I found out it was. What is it? What is it, Jacinda?
I said I still bought it.
I know! It was cheap under eye cream, okay? But make sure if you're using it for hemorrhoids and your eyes, that you're not using the same bottle, because you don't want to get pink eye, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, you don't want that.
Gross.
Oh my gosh. I have just had the most fun with you guys. I had to mention hemorrhoid, but now I'm divorced and he's gone. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we are all almost done our show, but I've had so much fun. I just want to run through a couple things and predictions I think for coronavirus. See if you agree with this, okay? So one of my predictions through coronavirus is people are going to get divorced. People who use work to get away from their wife or spouse or husband, and I mean their partner. I don't mean any gender, just people who use that to get away from their spouse, now they're stuck with their kids and their spouse all the time. And here is something very interesting, which I've heard from one of my friends, which I will not reveal, but they can't see their mistress anymore.
Oh.
So not only are you spending all this time with your spouse and indoors and quarantined with your family, which family is hard. You don't pick your family, they're your family. And then you can't even see and even if you have a coworker who you have it's not even a crush, but you just enjoy their conversation every day and you want to see them because you have fun together, you're not seeing those people. So you're stuck with the person who you do love but you need a break from. So, and you can't see your mistress. So that's going to end those adulteries will end, and I think some marriages will end, but also a lot of people are rethinking careers and what they want to do, how they want to retire. What are your thoughts on the changes that are going to happen? Maybe some people like homeschooling and they're going to continue homeschooling their kids. What are some of your thoughts of the big changes over this?
I think people will definitely get divorced. Not me.
No.
But what my wife and my new favorite game is
What is your new favorite game?
asking each other, why do you do it like that? So, anything. Why are you doing the dishes like that?
Right.
Why do you fold your laundry like that?
I think that's called domestic fighting. I'm kidding. Why? I'm teasing. Oh my gosh. Hi, Leanne. Oh my gosh. Leanne is tuned in. This is Leanne Finch, Jacinda's wife. And we actually found out Leanne and I are second cousins. One of my best friends married my second cousin. It is too small of a world.
Too small.
Hi, Leanne.
Hi.
Have you been enjoying the show?
Loving it.
Well, at least makes you feel a little more social, right?
No, I do not love quarantine. I'm not cut out to stay there.
Leanne works with children, and typically children with on the spectrum. Is that true?
Yep.
So, but you get to interact with these kids every day, and I know that you love treats, and you have treats in your car for you and the kids, and I just you're an outgoing person. So, give us a little insight of how this has been going for you.
It's been interesting, I guess. I don't know. it's been fine at work. We kind of run out of chaos anyway, so this is nothing new for us, but it's hard staying in the house though.
So you don't get to go see those kids anymore?
We get to go 3 days a week to work, but we have had to cut an entire program for the preschool kids because they fall under.
Do you miss the kids more, or are you more worried that they miss you?
I'm more worried for the parents' sanity. I hope that it's all going all good because it is a big adjustment to some of those parents.
Leanne, we were talking about a lot of people spending time together that maybe they're going to, or not at work, maybe they're not going to go back to their job, they're going to try a new job, maybe they want to move, maybe they travel, maybe they want to go back to school, like big changes in people's lives after coronavirus or COVID-19. What are your thoughts on people's jobs, lives? What do you think will happen when this lifts?
Ooh, that's a tough one. It's hard to say. It would be nice if everything went back to normal, but I don't think that's going to happen. It'll be interesting to see what jobs do kind of come back after everything closes down and what jobs maybe don't come back as much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people might travel less and save more money in case this comes up again.
Or they might do that YOLO thing and spend all their money because they're like, what did money do for them in this time?
True, but I mean, I'd rather have money in the bank saved up than not have a home to stay in right now.
Yeah, because there's a lot of that. I still don't know how this is going to shake down. Tegan, I want to ask you what your thoughts were on that question, because that's where we were. Leanne, you can still get in that camera.
It's okay.
Thanks for joining us. A special guest on You Asked For It, Leanne Finch. Okay, Tegan, answer the question.
Okay, so my thoughts after all of this is I think there's going to be an echo wave of mental illness from a lot of people who have either struggled or this has exacerbated depression and anxiety. There's also going to be addiction that comes out of this. And what's really driving me nuts is I showed a really great article about this. And everybody should be prepared for this to come. Is like, it's going to be tough to try to get back into life as we knew it. But the government, every brand, every company is going to tell you like, oh, life's great again. Spend your money. Like, nothing to see here. Nothing happened. Yeah, we were in quarantine. We're over it now. Life's back to normal. And it isn't back to normal. Everything's different. And it's the same thing. I remember, during 9/11 as a kid when all of this was going on. The world really changed then. And, George Bush came out and was like, you know what? Just go shopping. That's the best thing you can do is go shopping. Spend your money right now. And that's exactly what's coming after this. And I think that's the absolute worst thing that we could actually do. So we need to learn the lessons we were supposed to learn. And I hope we do that, because if we do, there's great things coming. One thing I've noticed is the air is cleaner outside in Toronto, like substantially. And when I drink water from the tap, it actually tastes exactly like it does from a Brita filter. So I think this will accelerate the green movement and just taking better care of our planet. And I hope we've learned the lessons we were supposed to learn.
I was talking to my mom about this today, and I think some people are going to go back to like, I can consume, and they're going to consume Starbucks, consume, Prada, Gucci, and there's other people who are going to realize after this they don't need as much.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a lot of balancing of this.
Well, and I hope one thing that drives me nuts is we can see that the planet is repairing after all of the crap we've done to it.
You can see the Himalayas in India.
Usually, it is people who are influencers and jet setters who feel like it's their God-given right to, you know, travel somewhere new every other month. That's one of the worst things you can do for the planet. And we're seeing right now that because of all this reduced air travel, look how clean the air is, and it's quiet outside at night, and it's fabulous. And I think, you know, travel's great, but a lot of people also use it to not face the reality of their lives.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that that's a trend that I can see Jacinda laughing. I know I always take it to a deeper place, but that's exactly what I see. And I hope that, you know, when we come out of this, we'll be a little bit more evolved than that.
I hope so too. So I still have one more thing to talk about, and we have already gone over our hour, but we don't have a show running, so let's just go a little longer. But when we are done, the real show is going to be House Party with Austin, okay? So right now I have the owner of Jess FM Studios in the studio right now. His name is Jesse, and he owns a Mac store. And so he is open, he sells gas, and he is an essential business. And I just want to ask him, what have you noticed with customers, and what do you predict, because your business is open. Are you still seeing a decline in business? Like, you tell me a little bit about.
It is down.
It's been down. What do you think will happen after all of this?
I'm not sure. It's very hard to predict now, right?
I noticed the Himalayas I saw in India. That's pretty interesting, eh? They said decades, right?
It is.
So yeah, Jesse also noticed about like the air pollution and stuff lightening up, and the economy, or the environment getting better. But he did say even though he's an essential business through this time, sales are still down. But I think it's because people are paying attention to the physical distancing. And in Lethbridge, we've actually only had, this was on Friday, I heard this, 7 cases of coronavirus, and 5 people recovered. So we actually only have 2 actively sick people, is what I've heard, in Lethbridge, Alberta. So we've done a really good job here curving it, and that's your hometown, so I bet you're both proud to hear that. But I know you're in bigger cities and you've had bigger effects. We are going to wrap up the show. We've gone over an hour. I'm going to just ask you one more topic that has been on my mind. One of the interesting things I've noticed, and I noticed that my mom mentioned that maybe some people's addictions will have gone away, but maybe they've got a new addiction. You know, because
White Claws.
White Claws, exactly. I mean, I can't go shop for action figures twice a week at Toys R Us. You know, like, it's hard. Like, that's an addiction for me, and I love it, but it's there. So maybe some addictions will change. So casinos are closed, but liquor stores are open. I don't know. So I just want to say, one of the interesting things I've seen through this physical distancing is I've become closer to some of the people I didn't realize meant a lot to me, and that's been really nice. And I've had people from my past reaching out and people making amends. And I'm going to do a really strange reference here, but if you guys ever seen a Cheetah Girls movie, or you've ever heard the song by 3LW, No More, I'm getting a little tired of your broken promises, looking at your pages.
Or them singing the national anthem.
Don't watch them sing the national anthem. But Raven Simone and Keely Williams, these 2 celebrities, had not actually spoken in 10 years, and they did an Instagram Live. So people are coming together, and I've come together with some ex-friends, ex-employees, ex-family members, and, you know, mended some bridges. So there's this, there's also that. We have time to maybe heal some of those wounds or relationships. I just was curious about your thoughts on that, or if you've experienced it.
I have not personally experienced that. But I think it's great.
Tegan?
I think that's amazing. And, I've actually had the opposite, where
Okay.
I've seen people who have revealed who they actually are through this, and it's been very sad. And there's been actually some very, I've lost a couple of really good friends who I realized through this were always just in it for themselves, which is too bad. But on the other end, I've seen a lot of good in people too, and
I've lost friends and like family through this as well. So it is hard, and I'm sure we're all experiencing that. But it was kind of cute. I've just had a few people from my past kind of like knock on the door, and I've had that time to actually communicate back to them. And I hope that you guys are doing that and reaching out to each other. But there is the other two. So we're all going to shake out. We're all having a little bit of mental health. We're all on social media a little bit more. People getting a little bit more nosy. So this is... all this like being an extrovert online has been like something I've been doing for years, you know, from Jess FM to Facebook to Instagram. Like, you know, I am a thirsty bitch sometimes, and so I have just always been out there. So this has been kind of normal to me, except I'm not just getting the human interaction. I want to thank you both for being on the show tonight. I hope our guests, our listeners, tuned in. I just gotta I want to just say thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope you're doing good. It looks like we're in this for a while longer. I don't want to be depressing or make predictions I don't really know, but I will be here every Monday talking, and now I know I can have guests, and I hope you like it. I like interacting with you. I hope you're enjoying it. We're here to support all of our friends and families. Jacinda, show off that mug your mom made one more time.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? I just hope you made a cocktail with actual honey in it in there.
No, just vodka.
Tegan, I know we kept you up a little past your bedtime. It's different times in Toronto. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Do you have fun? It does. This feels very uplifting for us. I mean, I can't keep my eyes off you guys. I'm so excited to just interact with my friends. So again, we're going to encourage physical distancing, but not social distancing. I hope this inspires you to reach out to some of your friends and loved ones and to spread positivity as fast as the coronavirus is. I'm going to just check the comments one more time before we sign off, okay? People are stocking up on snacks ahead of time. That's probably true. People who are stoned, yes, because marijuana has been deemed essential services, and I see the pot shop still open, and that is a very good thing. And I did smoke a bit of pot to start sleeping a little better at the beginning of all this, but I was scared it was going to make me have a cough, and people would be like, he's got corona. Okay, Austin, you better come back for You Asked For It reunion. We'll just do a split screen, and it's going to be amazing. And let's dress up like our Noir Star style. If you want a cup, Jacinda's sharing it now. I love it. Jacinda's mom makes these amazing cups in Lethbridge, Alberta. Because you guys, you got to remember, this is a global show. We have sometimes 120,000 listeners listening to this show every Monday. So, I'm going to just do a little disclaimer at Jess FM here. This is just our opinions, just our banter, and also we're in Lethbridge, Alberta, in Canada, Calgary, Alberta, and Toronto. So, yeah, you're just hearing from the Canadians right now. So, hope you're all doing well, staying healthy. I'm going to let you guys say your good night and goodbye message.
Bye.
Love to you all.
Thanks for tuning in to You Asked For It. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. I think we're off air. Are they off? Cute. Austin was like so jealous. He was like typing like every second. Man, I miss